Creating wealth has many things which you can do. Today we'll talk about one of them. Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. So one of the important things which you must have heard and heard it a zillion times from me itself is compounding, the power of compounding, how compounding works for you over long periods of time. What you also need to realize is, suppose you start investing about 1 lakh rupees a year, 8,500 rupees a month, which you start. Obviously, if it earns 12%, end of 1 year you will have 1,12,000 or figure thereabouts. And if you got 20%, it will be 1,20,000. So when you are young and you are fanciful and you have a lot of black hair in your head, some relationship manager or IFA will promise you 18% return. There are guys who are promising this 3 years ago, and it is visible on their websites even today, and they will tell you over the next 30 years, compounded at 18% or compounded at 20%, you will create so much of wealth. As you get along in years, you will realize when you have little more white hair or little less of hair itself, you will realize that 20% is not sustainable. It is 12% which is sustainable. So you will have a 2% 1 year and a 14% the next year, and you will come down to your average of 12. Or you will have a -6 followed by a 22 or things like that, and you will come down to your average of 12. So is 12 sustainable? We don't know, but as of now, it looks like 12 is sustainable, provided inflation is about 4 or 5. If inflation comes down to 2, like in the advanced countries, your equity returns will come down to 5 or 6. That number actually does not matter. Let me repeat, the return that you get on your investments does not really matter. What matters is how much are you able to save every year. That is far more important. For example, in my book, I say invest rupees 40 a day. Now, if you did invest rupees 40 a day, you will create wealth, and you will create, let us say, 4.5 crores at a particular rate of interest, whatever be the rate of interest, over a 40-year period or almost a 40-year period, from the age of 22 till the age of 60, which means 38 years. But just look at the power of increasing the amount that you invest by 10% every year. How much are you increasing? 10%, which means your 40 rupees a day becomes 44, becomes 48, becomes 52, and that figure comes to 13.5 crores. So please understand one thing, the amount that you invest and the period for which you invest is far more important than the return that you get. We all want very high returns. We all want 20% returns over 30 years. It's not going to sustain, right? So what you should strive for is increasing the amount of money that you can save. Now this can come from frugality, this can come from earning more, this can come from ESOP. But remember, ESOP is an outlier. Not everybody gets ESOP in a good company at a good price. For example, today if you were to get ESOP in HDFC Bank, it is not at some great price. It will be a price which is more than the current prevailing price. Only advantages you pay in installments. Now if you had got ESOP in Satyam, you would not have made too much money. If you had got ESOP in Yes Bank, you would have lost money. So it's not a question of you always make money on ESOP. To make wealth in the long run, you need to understand it depends on your ability to save more, invest that sensibly, and for long periods of time leave it uninterrupted, and keep on increasing your ability to save and keep on improving the quality of your investment. This combination will create wealth for you. So if somebody says I made money in ESOP, he got lucky. If he says I lost money in ESOP, he got unlucky. You don't make money in ESOP or you don't lose money in ESOP. You make money by learning well about investing, improving your saving, and constantly investing and sensibly investing for long periods of time. That is the road to creating more wealth for yourself and your family. In fact, I would say that's perhaps the only road to wealth being created with money. Thank you.